Bingo, bango, bongo. No, before you guys tune out, Justin will be here just a minute. Okay. Y'all probably saw my mug and you were like, where's Justin? We come here for Justin. Don't worry. He will be here any minute. He was running a few minutes behind because of work. Okay. So hopefully I can keep you entertained until then. Welcome to the Lost River Drive-In. It is Tuesday. It is 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in the great, eventful state of Ohio. And I hope wherever you guys are, you are enjoying your evening. It is freezing cold here. Quentin, happy early birthday, my friend. 18, the big 18. Cody, that's absolutely right. Roundhouse kick that like button, y'all. Christina, thank you as well. Smash the like, guys. We don't have a specific topic tonight. We're just going to kind of chat, but obviously there's something that's coming tomorrow that a lot of you have mentioned in the chat already that we are going to talk about. But to everybody that's in here so far, do we need to get our singles out? That's up to you. That's up to you, man. Yeah, freezing in Illinois. Yeah, Mark, it is quite cold. Rudy, Nathan, I am not a Buckeyes fan, but that's because I'm not a college football fan. I am very aware of how beloved they are here in my great state, but I just don't watch college. I already have enough heartbreak with NFL football, so I didn't need more. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, why would I want to torture myself like that? You guys might be shocked to see that I'm like, oh, I'm in such a good mood. I gave you guys an update on my situation last week. Totally went to shit over the past week. So, I mean, but you know what? I'm done. I'm done feeling sorry for myself, I guess. So I'm here. I'm smiling. Hey, thanks, Next Gen. Yeah, this is how we're doing it this month. I decided, this winter, specifically this Christmas, we're gonna have this be more chill, more laid back. It was gonna be a warm, welcoming, cozy environment. So got the totally real fireplace going on behind me, the totally real Christmas tree behind me, and I mean that it's actually there, but it's not real. It's artificial. Don't come at me. If it were up to me, it'd always be real. But when I got married, or when I moved in with someone, that changed years ago. I wasn't allowed to do that anymore. And then this year, I was just kind of stuck in that routine. So yeah. Yes, John, my son did have a good birthday. Yesterday was his birthday, and Sunday was his birthday party. I posted about it on Instagram, so I'm sure you guys saw. Yeah, he had a great birthday party and a great birthday yesterday. And he wanted pizza for dinner last night, so we got pizza because what he says goes. What's up, Matt? How you doing? Hello, Miss Erica. How are you? I have not heard of that. My birthday is next Thursday. Oh, and I should give you guys an update. Yeah, it was just everything going on in my personal life, Dangertainment. We had made progress, and then that progress went. So, yeah, but I wanted to give you guys an update. Speaking of Thursday, this Thursday, it is a joint operation, guys. A joint operation. This Thursday, and I haven't told Justin this yet, so as soon as he gets here, we'll obviously fill him in as well. But this Thursday is going to be the Black Christmas 2019 watch along. Yes. And hold on. It's not on my channel. It's on Christian Hanahara, his channel. We're doing it as a Uneeda Horror Podcast episode. I said, you know what, Christian? Nobody's going to watch this damn stream. Like, it's just not going to happen because a lot of people don't like that movie. I know it has its fans. But, and even then it's already hard to get people to watch watch-alongs and commentaries. So I was like, why don't we just do it as Uneeda? And he was like, yeah, that sounds good. So we're going to do it Thursday night as a Uneeda Horror Podcast episode. We will bring Justin on there. And if our buddy Ryan is in the chat or watches on the playback, Ryan, the invitation is still extended to you as well. We're going to have a fun time. It's going to be fun. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Yes, Mike, you better tune in. I'm going to try to get Christian to do it live. I really am, because I think it's more fun that way. I know he might want to do it pre-recorded, but I think it's more fun to involve everyone. But yeah, Talk Sick, just come along and hang with us. So yeah. But anyway, how is everybody doing with their week? How's everybody's week going? What have you guys been up to? Christina, I saw you ask, is anybody else super far behind on Christmas shopping. Yes, almost to the point where I'm not even kidding you. I am thinking about asking my boss for an advance on my next check. Dead serious. Because I'm like, look, I have a kid and a bunch of siblings and all this shit. Like, I don't think, because I'll get paid 3 days before Christmas. I am not trying to cram 3 days before Christmas. I just spent a bunch of money on his birthday party. So I'm like, might need to ask for an advance there. Yeah, you might. We might die. Justin finally on Uneeda, and it's Black Christmas. That's right. And speaking of which, who's here? Look who decided to show up. Justin's room. Everybody give it up for Justin's movie room. Woo-hoo! Justin.
Sorry.
Happy Tuesday. How are you?
Happy Tuesday. I'm doing great. I thought I had a hair appointment at 5:30 and it was 6 o'clock. And I was like, well, that's fun. So
you're here.
A little late.
Hey, you're here. That's all that matters.
And if my cat starts meowing, I'm gonna have to boot her out of the room. I'm sorry. I'm not. I love
she just meowed. I just heard her.
Well, she's not gonna want me to talk. She's gonna be like, no, pay attention to me, man. So
that's
hold
fine.
on real quick.
You're good. Also, but what was I gonna? Oh yeah, Mark. Midnight Mass is freaking phenomenal. Have you gotten to the episode yet where they talk on the couch about what happens when you die? That stuff just shook me to my core.
All right.
But yeah, Mark, I really hope you enjoy it. So, Justin, I was just telling the people something. Did you hear?
No, what?
Our Black Christmas 2019 episode is going to be this Thursday evening.
Okay.
And guess what?
What?
It is a Uneeda Horror Podcast episode. So Justin will be making his way on over to Planet CHH, and we will be doing it as a Uneeda Horror Podcast episode.
I want to thank everybody for this.
I know.
You love me. You really love me.
Give it up, Justin. But Justin,
all serious, I'm excited.
How are you?
I'm doing great. It's been a great day. I've enjoyed it, and it was a great weekend. It was a great Monday, so things are good. Things are really good. So,
well, good.
But how are you, buddy? How are you doing?
Oh, as I was just updating everybody, everything that happened last week went to complete shit. All the progress that had been made. So, but Justin, I decided I'm not going to feel sorry for myself. I'm not gonna. You know what? Life is too short. I had a great weekend with my son for his birthday. My mom came into town. I got to see my mom and my little sister. You know what?
That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Happiness. And I didn't even interrupt you, but but just happiness is important. And like you said, life is too short, and that's something I'm figuring out as I go along on my journey of life. I don't mean to sound cheesy, but it's true. It's like life is just too short. And one of the things that I'm not doing is I'm not trying to stress as much anymore. I'm not trying to feel that stress and the anxiety and everything. So I'm working on that, and I tell myself, like you just said, life is too short. So it is, my friend. So, hey, David, how you doing? You're all right. Hey, David, I joined late too. Yeah,
Justin was late too, so you're good, man. So Justin, last night, keeping the theme of this time of year, I watched Krampus. What did you watch yesterday?
What did I watch yesterday? I have to go back in my. Oh yeah, I did. I watched a movie. Surprisingly, I watched Jack Frost, the Killer Snowman one.
Yeah.
I watched it with my buddy Lewis, and I was like, you know, this movie is so cheesy and so bad, but there's something about it I absolutely love.
No, it is one that I watch every year, and yes, it's not a good movie, but it's super fun. So
it is. I'm excited to watch the second one, even though I know it's going to be worse.
Oh, it's bad.
It's bad. I remember it being bad.
Hey, what's up, Jaden? Creasefold.
Hey,
hey, guys, gonna save this
what's
one.
Up?
Got Rona and the flu. Oh my Lord. Rest up. Stay hydrated. Take whatever medication you have at home that is for that, I should say. and take care of yourself, my friend. Seriously, do not overexert yourself. I hate being sick at all.
Me too.
With anything. I could have a cold and I'd be miserable. So I can't imagine having COVID and the flu. So please take care of yourself.
I remember one year I brought in, it was New Year's Eve, 2019.
Oh my God, I got the sickest I've ever been on my life on New Year's Eve, like 7 years ago, Justin.
Yeah,
that's ironic.
2019. No, it was 2018 New Year's Eve, because it was bringing in the whole new year. And guess who got sick? Me, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So,
you're kissing everyone, you know.
You what?
You were kissing everyone. That's why.
That's what it was. I was just kissing so many guys. I was like,
yeah, so, and you got sick. It happened.
That's what happened. Yeah. That's what happened. I'm not gonna blame that bad cookie or whatever, right? I'm not gonna blame that. All those men I kissed, jeez Louise. So
yes, get well soon, Creasefold as well. Also, thank you, Mark.
Soon.
Guys, there are some things that I learned from my good friend Sean Clark that I will not be disclosing to you all. When they become public knowledge, I will tell you I knew about that. Justin, I'll tell you probably when we get off recording here, because you're my friend behind the scenes as well.
I'm like that. I'm that one person everybody wants to be friends with, because they're gonna be like, Justin, what did Nick say? And I'll be like, I cannot say a word.
Let's just say, Mark and anybody else, if you listen to the interview with Sean, there was a lot of edits. There was a lot of edits in there because Sean, I love Sean. I consider him a good friend now. I mean, I really do enjoy talking with Sean, and whether it's on the podcast or just over the phone, he's just a really good dude. And
he's a great guy.
When he gets to talking, he'll tell you things. And then when we were done, he was like, can you cut this part out? Can you cut this part out? And we were like, yeah, don't worry, dude. We'll cut that out. So he gave us a lot of really cool info. One of which I know Justin's going to poop a brick over. So I can't wait to tell you. I can't wait.
Jeez Louise, I wonder what it is. I'm going to be in a movie, right? Is that what it is? That's going to be
well, maybe. We'll have to find out. Let's just say, oh my God.
No, don't say anything. Let's wait. We can't say a word.
I don't know.
Be a good boy. Don't.
Jaden says he confirmed Hobgoblins 3.
That's what it was. He confirmed
there
Black Christmas Part 2, the 2019 follow-up.
Yes. No, Rudy knows. I told Rudy already. So don't you dare try to get it out of Rudy, you freaking vultures. Leave Rudy alone.
Rudy, leave her alone.
Yeah, liver. Oh, speaking of which, Justin, let's get right into the topic that everybody wants to talk about.
Yes, guys, I'm still single.
Yes, but Justin, do you know what's coming tomorrow?
Scream 6 trailer. So
yes. Now, before everybody gets their hopes up, I have to say something. One, it is only a minute long. It is literally just a teaser. And from what I have... Yeah, same here. What I have heard is that it's damn near halfway into the trailer, 20 seconds or so into the trailer before you even get really anything. So it is a teaser. It is a teaser trailer. It's not a trailer, like a full-on trailer. I would assume a full-on trailer will probably come in January with Megan, I would say. That if I had to guess. But we'll see.
I'm torn actually to like, I mean, if I watch this teaser trailer, if I'm gonna watch the other trailer, just because I'm like, if this teaser trailer is mind blowing, even a minute long, I'm like, do I want to watch the other one? Because I don't know. Sometimes you want to be surprised, but you know what? They did a great job with the last trailer.
They did. And did you see that they officially announced what the title is today? It is Scream 6 VI,
which I love.
So do I. But let me tell you something, Justin. There are people up in arms on the internet right now about how, oh my gosh, why didn't you call the last one Scream 5? Guys, the reason they did that is because when you bring back a property that's over a decade old, you do not want to put the number next to it of the sequel, because it's going to scare some casual viewers off. So if you just rebrand it as Scream, people go, oh, a new Scream movie, rather than Scream 5, because then you're going to get a bunch of people like, 5?
Well,
I haven't seen all of them, and so yeah, they made the right decision.
What people got to realize too is this isn't the first franchise to do this. Like Final Destination, which was that was a part 4, the Final Destination. Mm-hmm. They had to fix all that stuff. So instead of calling Final Destination 5 some other title, they were like, we're just going to call it Final Destination 5. And I was really happy with it. I love it.
Final Destination 5 is one of the best ones in the series.
Absolutely. Yeah, mm-hmm. I love that movie. That could be like a franchise topic that we could do at some point. But I would say like I love like Halloween Kills, but you know what? I think I might have been happier if they would have went in a different direction with the titles. Like call it maybe Halloween Kills, like Halloween. I don't know. What would have been?
I mean, I hear you, but Justin, this might just be my OCD. I'm a big fan of the numbers. I love
the numbers. That's my thing. I love the numbers. Yeah. That's where I was going with it. I would have been really happy if they would have called Halloween Kills like what number was that in the franchise?
That would have been Halloween 3 technically in that timeline.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, that would have been really cool if they would have done that.
I would have been totally fine with 2018 being called Halloween 2. Because they branded
I would have too.
Yeah, they branded it as the new Halloween 2, so you should have just called it Halloween 2.
That's yes. And I was worried that Scream was going to go down this route of, well, after the 5th movie, what are we going to call our next one? You know, trying to figure out some clever title, and I love that just Scream 6.
Scream Kills, Scream Ends.
Right.
Like that's what they're going to do.
Scream Goes to New York or
mm-hmm.
But I'm really happy. And somebody actually, what was it? I think the theatrical poster for Scream, the last one, if you look in it, somebody said you can actually see the number 5 in there.
I mean,
that's a theory.
You can. I mean, let me grab it. You definitely can, but and maybe it was kind of intentional while also not being all that intentional. Where the fuck is it? Okay. It's right here. So like the M is like, but it's like a knife too.
It's a knife, yeah.
So like you can look at it and go, oh, well, you know, that's kind of like the V for a 5. I think they did that on purpose, but they didn't draw attention to it, I guess.
Sarah, you need to have a Scream marathon.
Oh, I love Scream 5.
I love Scream.
It's my second favorite in the series. I love the new movie.
I always go Scream 2 is my favorite, which by the way, happy 25th anniversary to Scream 2. Can't believe that's 25 years old. But I go back and forth between the original and the new one as my second favorite. I know for a while I was saying the new one was my second favorite, but that's always a toss-up for me. But that's a good thing because they're both excellent movies, in my opinion.
So. Ooh, Lloyd. First of all, what's up, Ryan? How are you, buddy? We're doing the Black Christmas watch along on Thursday night, by the way. Reach out to me on social media. We're doing it on Christian's channel, and the invite is still there. Lloyd, that is a good point. Look at the original trio.
That's what I was saying. Like, that's what I meant, like 5.
Yeah. Wow, that is interesting. I just watched this again a few weeks ago, and I hadn't watched it in a few months. I really love it. I really love it. I think it's such.
To watch it tonight.
It's such a smart movie for being the 5th movie in a series. And some people might be like, "Oh, well, is it though?" Because I saw this killer coming from. Look, guys, and I'm not going to spoil it because some of you guys haven't seen it still. But I'm just going to say, yeah, one of the killers is kind of obvious, but the other one kind of.
Yeah.
The other one surprised me. It did.
It surprised me too. The other one I knew. I was like, yeah. Totally. But the other killer was a shock for me. I was like, they did a great job with that. My only thing with, and I hope they fix it with this next one, because Scream 4 had the same problems. The reasoning behind what these killers did both in 4 and 5, I feel like are the weakest reasonings for what they're doing. Does that make sense?
I look, Justin, a year ago, I would have agreed with you. And by the way, Sean, I saw your super chat before we started. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much. And thank you all, by the way, for being in here. I'm looking at the comments. You guys are awesome.
Absolutely. Thank every single one of you guys for watching. I will just say, I agree a year ago. Today, I think that the motivations for the killers in Scream 5 is perfect. Like I saw it so bad. I saw it so bad after Scream came out. It was like ahead of its time. And then when Halloween Ends came out, the discourse and the things people were saying to each other and the ways they were treating each other over movies. And I was like, oh my God. Like,
and it works with,
Yeah, I really love I love the motives now. I do. I really love the motives in the fifth movie now.
Isaiah. The motives are. I think that out of 4 and 5, the motives in the new Scream are better. But you know what my favorite motive is, and this is a very unpopular opinion. My favorite motive, because it's
gonna be Debbie Salt, isn't it?
No, I love Debbie Salt's motive, but it's actually
Roman.
Scream 3.
Yeah, no, Roman has
the best motive, in my opinion.
He is the best motive, the best reveal in the series, in my opinion.
Right.
But I know why people say that they had an issue with it, because it messes with the canon of the previous 2 movies. Well, we had no idea this guy was out there, and then it kind of takes away from Billy and Stu. That's all true, but just take it for what it is at face value. If we're meant to accept that is her long lost brother and he was behind everything the whole time, I think it's a great motive.
Some people say it takes away from Billy and Stu. I don't think it does. I really honestly don't, because when I still watch the original Scream, their motives, it's still, that movie is fantastic. I love Scream. And I think it actually gets better and better every time I watch it. Like, it's
the original?
Yeah, the original.
Okay.
It's just a great movie. Scream 3 is very underrated. I love Scream 3. I rewatched it a month and a half ago, and I absolutely love Scream 3.
Sarah gives super chat. Thank you very much, Sarah. She says, I'm too much of a creature of habit and rewatch all the old stuff over and over again, like watching the Godzilla franchise for the 3rd time this year. See, I understand that, because I don't catch a lot of new movies unless they're like horror movies or ones that I really, really want to see. But I get it. I go back and watch the freaking, I go back and watch the Transformers movies all the time because I love those movies.
This is coming from the guy who still has yet to see Stranger Things season 3 and 4. So
yeah, we don't even want to talk about that. But Justin, you said something. I've been noticing this a lot. Okay. And I am asking all of you watching and you, Justin, that this applies to. I genuinely want to know.
Okay.
I have noticed a theme. The gay community champions Scream 3.
Oh, you know why?
What is it about Scream 3 that the gay community loves?
Can I tell you why? I'll tell you who. I will tell you who.
I want to know.
Parker Posey. I think it is Parker Posey all the way. She is, and I'm going to say this right now, a gay icon. She is a gay icon. Parker Posey, especially her character, is a gay icon in that movie. I love her. I absolutely love her. You love to hate her, but I love Parker Posey in that movie.
And I just want to say to everybody that's watching, I know like other people love Scream 3. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying I have noticed like a theme. Like it seems like the gay community really does champion that movie, like because it gets a lot of shit, and like they will stick up for it, and they're like, no. Rudy, how have you not seen this? Justin knew.
I knew
as soon as I said it. It's like a thing.
Here's the thing. It's Parker Posey. I need a t-shirt with her face on it from that movie. That is what I want. I want a t-shirt with Parker Posey's face from Scream 3, and I will wear it with pride all the time.
No pun intended.
Yeah, no pun intended. But here's the thing too. Different movie, different genre. Showgirls is a is an iconic gay film, and it's not even LGBTQ plus. There might be there are LGBTQ plus characters in it, but I mean, when that film came out, I don't think people ever thought that Showgirls was going to be this gay iconic film that the LGBTQ plus community loves because it's so bad it's good. And there's other movies out there like that, but yeah, Scream 3. I think Parker Posey the most. Parker, if you're watching this, which I don't know if you'll ever will, but if you're watching this,
I'm not big enough, Justin. I'm not big enough. She's never gonna see this.
Thank you, though. I'm just gonna say right now, she might one day be eating her, Captain Crunch cereal on a Sunday morning, watching us. And I thank you. I thank you, Parker Posey.
And honestly, like, I definitely thought that Parker Posey had something to do with it, because anytime I hear somebody talk about Scream 3 in a positive light, they always mention Parker Posey.
What does she say?
You were obsessed with her, you're obsessed with her, and you're obsessed with her
daughter. Mm-hmm. And then the other line, my favorite one, is when she's downstairs with Carrie Fisher and Courtney Cox and Reno Reynolds, stage name. You should talk, Judy Jurgenstein.
Yeah. I mean, it's there. Like, I saw somebody, I don't know who said it in the chat earlier, but like, Scream is one of those franchises like Evil Dead is for me, where it is so consistent. Like, there's something about that. Evil Dead and Scream, I think, are two of the strongest horror franchises in existence, because even the worst one, which a lot of people would say, whether right or wrong, a lot of people would either say Scream 3 or Scream 4 is the weakest of all the movies. They're still good movies. Movies. Yes. Exactly.
That's why, honestly, I rank, this is, again, probably an unpopular opinion, maybe not, but my top 3 horror movie franchises: Halloween. That's just my bread and butter, like you. Grew up with them. Friday the 13th and Scream. That's my top 3. That is my top 3. Halloween and Friday might have some, bad movies in there. I don't know. I can watch them all and enjoy them. But Scream is very solid.
Oh yeah. And that's why, like, I'm like, okay, we're riding this really good wave, and in a span of 1 month, not a month from now, I just mean in a month apart from each other, we're going to have Scream 6 in March and Evil Dead Rise in April. Please do not screw this up. Please, for the love of God, keep the streak going of every movie in the series being at least pretty good.
Yes.
That's all I care about.
That's exactly.
Because I love Halloween. But I'll be the first to tell you, there is at least one Halloween film that I do not think is good. Justin agrees. And there's another Halloween film that I'm like, eh. And so, like, every long franchise has movies like that where you're like, this one's not very good. But Scream, they're Evil Dead. They haven't done it yet. They've stayed true.
They've stayed true. And I mean, we're going on what? Almost 30 years with Scream. And that's really good that we've had 5 movies so far that have been on a good streak of either awesome to solid movies. And then same with Evil Dead. That's 40 plus years of Evil Dead movies. So yeah, good streak there. So
next gen, it is unpopular, but I might be tempted to agree with you. So I would really have to think about that, though. Obviously, I would put Laurie Strode up there. I would put Dr. Loomis up there. I would put Jamie in there. I would probably put, I'm trying to think of like another great character. I don't know. Reverend Sayer is awesome. I love Reverend Jackson P. Sayer from Dumont County. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I like him. I don't know. There's a lot of really great characters in there, but I don't know. I would be tempted. Hey, what's up, JC? How are you?
Hey, JC. I'm a Team Tina fan, so she would be.
I love Tina as well. I like her more than Rachel.
You like her more than Rachel?
Yes. Wow. I like Tina more than Rachel because
Oh, that's a tough one.
It's not that I don't like Rachel, but guys, as much as some people will say that Tina is annoying, I have to tell you, at least Tina has an arc. I don't feel like Rachel has an arc. I really don't.
I agree with that.
And but also, she is the babysitter that doesn't want to babysit, wants to hang out with her boyfriend, and then her boyfriend's cheating on her. So then she's the scorned lover that's all mad for the rest of the movie. And then she helps Jamie at the end, but like, where's the growth there?
I agree with that. I agree. And then they killed her off way too soon in 5. But you know what? I agree. And I think at the end of the day, I love Rachel, but at the end of the day, what character are you going to remember the most for, good or bad? It's Tina. Room service.
Yes.
So, I mean, and she has one of my favorite scenes in the Halloween franchise, and it's when
No, Justin, I don't mean to interrupt you, but Sarah, I have to disagree because Tina only had one movie and she had an arc. So why couldn't Rachel have a defined arc in Halloween 4? She was a main character.
Rachel needed more in Halloween 5. Rachel needed more in Halloween 5.
She did and she didn't, because I felt, in my opinion, like Tina filled the role of being the caregiver and protector of Jamie well. And Tina was interesting because she had an arc. She grew, whereas in, like I said, in the 4th movie, and maybe this isn't even, I'm not saying this is, Ellie Cornell's fault. It's probably the writing. She didn't have an arc in 4, really. She was who she was throughout the entire movie. Now, she did save Jamie at the end, but there was no personal character growth with her. That's my thing.
Now, Rachel does have 2 amazing things in 4. One, the rooftop scene. Amazing. And 2, she has one of my favorite lines in a film, and that is, "Die, you son of a bitch."
Mm-hmm. Now,
that's a great scene. That's a great
moment. Like, I'm telling you guys right now,
pardon me language.
I will. No, you're fine. I will defend Halloween 5 until the death. Absolutely. But I've got to say, it's not just about my love for Halloween 5, guys, because Rachel is a good character. That is not, I will never say she's not. And I will not say she's not interesting. She is. However, I'm just saying I feel like Tina's character was given more room to grow in her movie, whereas Rachel's wasn't.
I agree with that too, because if you look at Tina in 5, in the beginning of 5, she was this fun friend, loved to party, had a kind heart, a lot of fun. But when you get towards the end of the movie, you also see that really soft side. Like, even though she's not Jamie's sister, she has that sister vibe to her.
Justin, you just mentioned something I have to talk about. Okay, what did Tina do? She risked her life to save Jamie and Billy, a kid she hardly knows, twice. She distracted him to chase him with the car, and then jumps in the way of the knife. And then look at what Rachel does in Halloween 4. Do you love me, Rachel, like a sister? We're not really sisters, Jamie. Who the fuck says that?
Gets me now. It's like,
who said that? Is so rude. It's so rude.
And then you got Tina, like, throughout the whole film, is like, I really want to go see Jamie. Telling Billy, is it because I wanted to see Jamie? Like, I love Tina. People hate on Tina, but I love Tina. And
JC's comment is great. Rachel was the sister that treated Jamie like she was a burden, and Tina was like the cool aunt that buys you beer. But she was responsible at the end, and she risked her life.
And I love when at the end, it's so heartbreaking. Even when she's stabbed and she's laying on the ground, you hear her say, "Run!" Like, she's telling her to run.
Justin, we could go on all day about this, buddy. We really could.
But I just want to say one line real quick. It's the line that always gives me goosebumps, is when she sees Michael chasing Jamie with the car and she says, "Leave her alone." And like that scream. I love that line. And I get goosebumps.
Wendy Kaplan, like, I think
we love you, Wendy.
We love you, Wendy. What they asked her to do in that movie, she delivered in spades. Like, go from the rambunctious, borderline annoying party girl that doesn't have a care in the world, to realizing that she is the last person that Jamie has right now, and she needs to be there for Jamie, and she needs to protect Jamie. And I freaking love her in the movie.
I mean, I even love Sammy, Tamara Glenn. I love Tamara Glenn, by the way. Like, she's such a sweet person, but I love Sammy.
Yeah, I like Spitz too.
I like Spitz too. Spitz and Sammy are fun.
His laugh was hilarious.
Got her phone number.
Yeah. Oh man,
Halloween 5 gets crap, but Halloween 5 is one of the best in the franchise.
I was messaging with Jaden earlier. We were talking about it on Twitter, and like I cannot accept people there, because there are people that will say, oh well, Halloween 5 is one of those so bad it's good movies, and I just disagree. I really do think you can argue that they made some questionable decisions, and you would not be wrong. But I don't think that it's a objectively bad movie. The director knew what he wanted to do. It just really didn't mesh well with what Halloween 4 did. The style, it's kind of jarring back to back in some instances, because it is very different. It's very, I don't know, it's very foreign feeling and foreign looking. What the lighting, the shot composition, like there's quirky things about the movie, but yes, but I don't think that's bad. I just feel like a lot of it feels like it doesn't maybe belong in the Halloween franchise, but that's okay.
The barn scene, the way it's lit, the way it looks, I mean, it's great. But we can go on and on with Halloween 5. By the way, I was going to ask you, Nick, do you have a Halloween VHS tape? Halloween 5 VHS tape?
Yes, yes, sir, I do. I'm looking at it right now. It is the CBS Fox.
Oh, I have that one too. I just got that recently. So
yes, I do. I own every Halloween movie on VHS, DVD, 4K, Blu-ray, all of it. The only one I don't, the only format I don't own all of them on is like Laserdisc, because
it would be so hard to try to get
well, you can find them, but they're so expensive.
Yeah,
I mean,
they are.
And it's just like, I might watch it on Laserdisc once, and then never watch it in that format again. And it's a cool collector's item, but I'm not paying $250 for Halloween 4 Laserdisc. No, I'm not doing it.
Speaking of VHS, I just hooked up my VHS player not too long ago, and I've been like rocking some movies on VHS, and it's been really fun.
The only issue with that, Justin, the reason I don't do that more is because I always worry that a VHS is going to get ruined, Which
I don't watch a lot of them on VHS, but occasionally when I get frisky, I'm like, okay, let's watch one on VHS.
Justin has some Pink Moscato, and he's like, oh, let's go VHS. Yeah.
That's it. So.
But yeah, so tomorrow's Scream 6 teaser trailer, from what I have heard from like people that have seen it or are aware of what's in it, it's not spoilery. So if you guys are like, I don't know if I want to watch it because like I don't want it to spoil anything, I really don't think I really don't expect it to. If anything, I just expect it to be a nice little tease. Give you maybe your first look at Kirby again, give you a look at Ghostface, but like I don't think it's gonna.
No.
The thing you should worry about is the theatrical trailer whenever the full trailer comes out.
But again, we talked about it, and I keep interrupting you. I'm so sorry, Nick.
You're fine.
But again, like we talked about, even the last movie's theatrical trailer, it didn't really show like enough to spoil the movie. So,
I don't know, Justin. There's a scene where somebody's crying next to an ambulance, and when I saw that trailer,
crap, I forgot about that. I kind of realized.
I saw that trailer. I knew exactly what.
Never mind. I take that back. Watch the teaser trailer. That's all. Watch the teaser trailer.
Watch the teaser tomorrow, guys. You'll be in the clear. It won't spoil anything. It'll give you that little bit of taste that you want to see, and then that's all you'll need. And you'll go, okay, I don't need any more. I am a whore for this stuff, so I'm going to watch the full trailer too. But, if you're worried about being spoiled, don't worry about tomorrow's trailer.
Okay, real quick, I want to point out, Sarah mentions a great comment, and I'm seeing somebody else mention it. I am a huge fan of James Cameron's The Abyss. I think it's probably his most underrated movie or underappreciated movie. And I'm so happy that movie's not only has it not been on Blu-ray yet, but it's getting a 4K release. And if you've not seen The Abyss, you need to watch The Abyss. I mean, it is top 3 James Cameron movies for me.
So, oh yeah, it's a great movie.
I love it.
Have you seen The Nutcracker Massacre? I have not.
I have not. I haven't even heard of that one. So.
Miss Erica says that it's fun. It's a good time.
What about the Mean one? Is anybody going to watch that with?
Oh God, don't even.
I just don't.
The trailer made it look. It just looked bad. It looked low budget as shit. How did
they get away with that though? Like
it's public domain after so many years.
Yeah, you told me that.
Yep. After so many years, it just becomes public domain.
Yeah, that's true.
But I know a lot of people. I mean, I'm not really going to touch on this too much because I'm not like. I know a lot of people are probably going to be heading out to see Avatar this weekend. I'm not one of them. I saw the first one in theaters way back in 2009 when it came out, and it was fine, I guess. I don't really have a desire to see the new one, but I saw today that this one's tracking to open at over $500 million worldwide in its opening weekend, which is huge.
I mean, that's good. I'm happy to hear that, and I'm debating on seeing it, not because I'm in love with the first movie, because I rewatched it and it's a fine movie. It's a good movie, but not something I love. It's not one of my favorite Cameron movies. But I think visually, I think the new movie will look stunning. I'm just not going to be there for like the story. You know what I mean? Like it's not for me like Terminator or Terminator 2 or The Abyss or Titanic. Like,
well, that's the common thread that I'm hearing from the reviews of this movie, which is like, oh, yeah, it looks fantastic, but it's not really breaking any new ground story-wise. And it's like, oh, so it's just like the first one then? Okay.
Yeah, and I don't think the first one, unpopular opinion, I don't think the first one broke any ground, especially when you rewatch it. Like, again, visually, it broke ground. Like, visually, the first one broke ground. But, yeah, I don't think it's not Cameron's best work. So
yeah, I mean, a lot of people in the chat are agreeing. You know, it's a fine movie. It's just not really up most of our alleys, and that's fine.
I think it's a movie. Honestly, though, when people watch it today, it's out of Cameron's work as the one that I think people really loved when it came out, but like 13 plus years later, I don't think it holds up as well.
Which is why I'm absolutely shocked that the second one is tracking to open to such large numbers. It's like,
I wonder, yeah.
It's just foreign markets are really what it's going to be. I mean, China alone is gonna give hundreds of millions of dollars to this movie, hundreds of millions. So,
Leviathan 1989. I have seen it. It is a fun underwater horror movie. I prefer The Abyss too. Again, I think The Abyss is probably, I'm not going to count Piranha 2: The Spawning. You know, that's a Cameron movie. But I think out of his major work that we've had, The Abyss is probably his most underappreciated movie. Like, when you hear people talk Cameron, a lot of the times it's not The Abyss, but I'm loving the love for The Abyss in the comments. But it's top 3 for me. Top 3.
Yeah, I mean, so that's really all we'll touch on with Avatar 2, guys. If you guys are going to see it, awesome. I hope you guys enjoy it. I've heard that, again, it's visually stunning. The sound design is great. I've heard that it is a movie that you want to see in theaters.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, it just for the experience alone, I'm sure it's worth it. Yeah.
Now, and I like Cameron and I respect him for most part. My only downfall with Cameron is how he's very sometimes I feel like he's a little stuck up because he's like, my movie needs to make $2 billion to break even. I'm like, really, Cameron? or he's like, oh, those Disney Marvel movies, those aren't movies. I'm like, okay, stop. I know he's not the only director who has said it, but I'm like, let's not.
No, James Cameron is a phenomenal filmmaker, which is why he has such a stick up his ass. And you know, it's the sad truth. I mean, it's like, guys, we love John Carpenter. A lot of us do, but let's be honest, John Carpenter is also kind of stuck up and arrogant. So usually when a guy or a girl knows that they're really good at what they do, like a lot of times that can get to somebody's head and they can be like, you know what? I'm really good at this. I'm going to let everyone know I'm really good at this. And it's like, we know you're good at this. We know, like, so, but no shade to him because he is insanely good at it. Yeah.
I want to rank his movies. I'm going to do a video at some point ranking his movies.
If you put Titanic at number 1, we're not friends anymore.
Obviously, you do not know me too well because Titanic is not my number 1. Even though I love the movie, it's not my number 1. It's actually, and I'll tell you this right now because I think I've told people it's.
I knew it was. Yeah, I knew it wasn't going to be your number 1. I was just being a smartass. But I don't even really like Titanic.
I love Titanic. I think I love it even more when I rewatch it.
Brandon, that's a good question. Are all of us? I mean, it could just be we're all not on his level. You know, it's like, I mean, you know, it is true. Like, is he stuck up or are we stuck down? Well, compared to James Cameron, a lot of us are stuck down because he's pretty goddamn rich. So
yeah, well, go watch The Abyss because it's not a sequel that he's done. No, just I love Terminator 1 and 2. It's not Aliens. It's not even True Lies. Even though True Lies is just a fun action movie. The Abyss is, in my opinion, probably, even though it's not my favorite Cameron movie, there's a lot more to it than just a James Cameron movie. You know, it's fantastic. Like, I love it so much.
What is up, Colin? How are you?
Masterpiece. That is exactly right.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, my favorite. I don't know. That's hard. Titanic wouldn't even be top 5. I'll be honest with you guys. I like Titanic when the ship starts sinking. I mean, because I like disaster movies. So, like, that's always fun. Maybe that's really nihilistic and weird to say that it's fun.
It's okay. We watch horror movies and slasher films.
Yeah, but, I love True Lies. I really do. It's not my number 1, but I love True Lies.
I love True Lies. That is such a great movie, too. So, I think all those movies, honestly, Avatar, and this is not a slam on Avatar, it is probably my second to least favorite Cameron movie.
What's your least favorite?
Oh, well, and this is, again, leaps and bounds, okay? Piranha 2: The Spawning is my least favorite of Cameron's movies. But those are huge leaps. Those are jumps. The original Terminator is like my favorite film, my favorite love story in a movie, all of that. So,
you know, I'm going to just, Sean, I'm not even going to touch that comment with a 10-foot pole. Not even going to touch it with a 10-foot pole. You get that weak sauce out of here. Oh, no.
What? Oh, no, Sean. No.
I can't do it. I can't.
I love Titanic, though. No.
James Cameron makes a lot of blue ocean movies. He does. He loves the ocean.
He literally loves it. He took like 10 years off to go explore the ocean.
T. Parker couldn't agree more. Corey and Allison, better romance than Jack and Rose. It's just,
no.
Yeah, it's just the way it is.
Sorry, just my opinion.
Yeah, no. You know, one day I'm going to get you to come around. One day I'm going to get you to come around. One day
you will. Maybe when I watch the 4K, I'll be like, I have my pink Moscato when I'm watching the 4K.
Yeah, have a few drinks and have fun with it, you know. It was funny. We were at my son's birthday party, and some of you guys in the chat will get a kick out of this, and Justin will get a kick out of this. And my wife was sitting at the table with me, and her friend was there, her best friend, and her best friend goes, was the new Halloween movie any good? And at the same time, I said I loved it, and my wife goes, it sucked. It was so bad. And I was like, no, it wasn't. Just don't listen to her. Like, she was like,
our kid's birthday party.
She was like, half of the movie is just people on a damn motorcycle or shots above. Like, and I was like, that you're exaggerating. Like, you're greatly exaggerating. I was like, Megan, you would like the movie simply just for the main character because everybody says he's hot. And she was like, let me see a picture of him. And I showed it to her, and she was like, okay, yeah, he's pretty dreamy.
I mean,
was
he's
like,
hot, and I don't even really care for the movie too much.
Yeah, I mean, look, but I just thought it was funny because it was like, at the same time, we both had completely differing opinions. But I had already known she didn't like it, which was a bummer but she didn't like Halloween Kills. So it's like, I don't know. I kind of expected it. I was like, you're not gonna like it. I mean, it is what it is. Also, I remember leaving Scream 5 and being like, that was so good. She's like, yeah, it was pretty good. I was like, no, it was so good. And she was like, I mean, yeah. I'm like, no, it was so good though. Like, I need to go to the movies with somebody that's gonna like be my hype man. You know, like somebody's gonna to validate me or to argue with me. You know what I mean? Like, take one or the other. Take one or the other. Don't be in the middle. It's not fun when you're in the middle. I want to go see a movie with someone and be like, that was awesome. And then be like, that sucked. And then I can be like, what did you just say? Like,
be like, go in your corner, Justin.
Yeah, it's how I felt about Justin with Halloween Ends. I'll never forget. Justin makes a post on Instagram that he's watching Halloween Ends. And 2 hours later on his story, my thoughts on the movie, terrible, a waste of a movie. And I was like,
he cried on the inside a little bit when he saw
excuse me?
He was eating food. He's like, what?
Jaden, I have still never seen The Gallows Act 2 or whatever that sequel is called.
Man, I'm not going to watch it.
Because the first one was so abysmal. If they ever made a part 3, I would literally go to the studio that greenlit the movie and burn it down. Like, that's...
Well, the second one, though... The second one went straight to video, so...
Yeah, wasn't it streaming?
I think so.
Like Hulu, I think, or some shit?
I think so, yeah.
I saw the poster for it, or the I would always see the preview for it on Hulu, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to watch that, ever. Like, never.
No tears, everybody, because you know Justin will probably come around to Halloween Ends at some point.
Justin will come around to Halloween Ends when Halloween is back, and Michael Myers is back, and he's like, okay, you know what? That wasn't the real death of Michael Myers, so I guess it's fine.
You know what? Here's the thing, and I will do this for you all. When I rewatch Halloween Ends, and if I have a different opinion, I'm gonna make a review and say revisiting so and so, and say I'm sorry.
Okay, Justin. Sean now says that Terminator is better than Halloween, and I disagree because Terminator's not even the best Terminator movie.
Shut your... Okay, I'm done. I'm walking out.
T2 is the best Terminator film. Yes. Yes, it is.
No. It is my second favorite James Cameron movie, Terminator 2, but it is not. It is not the best.
I'm telling you.
It's not the best.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Look. Okay, guys, we could go all day arguing that. So, what else?
I love this stuff, though. This is fun, though. This is more like arguing fun stuff.
Terminator Salvation. Jaden, get your ass out of here right now.
Terminator. You know what, though? I do love Terminator Genesis. That's an unpopular opinion, but I love it.
I thought Dark Fate was better than Salvation and Genesis, but I didn't think any of them were particularly good. It was just kind of like Terminator was a franchise that never should have fallen off as hard as it did. I don't know how it happened.
Terminator 3 is a movie I love, and I think that's pretty underrated. I love Terminator.
Terminator 3?
Yeah, Rise of the Machines. Oh, I love it.
It is very fun. It's a very fun movie for sure. JC, what did you guys think of the 1978 flashbacks and Halloween Kills? Unpopular opinion. Yeah, see, unpopular opinion for me, I could have done without it. There was things they did great. The set dressing, the costumes, it all looked of the time period. I love the music. I love the lighting. Didn't really care for the portrayal of Michael. And oh my God, that Loomis impersonator. He kill again. I was like, oh no. See,
this is where I'm so opposite of what Nick is saying right now. Because I thought the flashback scenes were they were the best thing when I first saw Kills, and they're still some of my favorite things about the movie now. Like,
they're good, but there are a few like one of my favorite scenes in Halloween Kills is in the extended cut, and it's when Lonnie is just being like when Michael's behind the hedge, and like it's just a nice little like stalking scene. That's one of my favorite scenes in that entire movie. But there are things in the flashbacks for me that it's like, still, how can we still not get the 78 mask right? How can we still not get that mask right?
Good.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't bad, but it was not the same mask. Like, it wasn't.
My gripe with the flashback scene is those three mean teenagers that were picking on Lonnie in the beginning of them, and they look.
David Gordon Green and Danny McBride cannot write children and teenage dialogue. They just can't do it.
One of them looked like Chucky. I was like, do they have Chucky in this movie? Am I like seeing?
And then
Chucky
the girl
here?
just like licks the candy and hits Lonnie in the face. I'm like, what? This escalated so quickly.
It was like, really, like, geez, little kids were mean.
No, okay, so the Loomis looked fantastic.
That's right, Christina. They were.
The Loomis looked fantastic, but I hated the voice. I hated
Did it kill
the voice.
again?
It didn't sound like Loomis. It was so like delivered like laboriously and like just like over the top. Like, yes, Donald was over the top, but not like that. Like he was the voice, it's just, yeah, he's like, the evil is here. I'm like, oh God, no.
The best voice work for Dr. Loomis is still Halloween H2O.
Oh, without a doubt. That's Tom Kane.
They should have brought him back.
Tom Kane. Yeah.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Even in Halloween 2018, that one moment he has to die.
It needs to die.
It needs to die.
Like, yeah, that one was pretty good. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I get it. It's a fan favorite character, but it does get to a point where it's like, maybe we shouldn't rehash that too much. I don't know. Like, he's a fan favorite character, but like, it's almost like leave well enough alone. Like, just
mention him like they did.
Yeah, you can mention him, but like, or play some of his old dialogue. But it's like, and even just the look of him in Kills with the actor was really good. But don't have him say a word. How much more effective would it have been for all the fans if he comes, you see Loomis barge into the house, and then the next time you see Loomis is the pulling out crane shot of Michael standing there and Loomis behind him, but he never said a word. That would have been fantastic.
And they easily could have got like Donald Pleasance's voice himself and like did something there with it. I mean, we saw it with Rogue One with Peter Cushing's character.
We also, and then we saw the opposite of it in Rise of Skywalker when with Carrie Fisher, where it was just so obviously like out of place and just it didn't. I know that unfortunately she passed away and she was supposed to be a part of that movie, but it just didn't work. It really didn't work. You watch that movie and you can tell that the dialogue they're having, like, it's clearly cut footage from Carrie Fisher from the previous movie that doesn't really fit with what she's talking to Ray about, but it's all they had to work with.
The actress though in Rogue One, and we won't talk Star Wars all the time. The actress though in Rogue One that they got to play Carrie Fisher at the end of Young Princess Leia was like amazing. Like I cried when I saw that because I was like, that was around the time that Carrie Fisher passed away, and it was just so nice to see that. So
yeah, I mean, guys, everybody's talking about Donald passing away. He was in his 70s, and Donald was quite a liquor man. He drank quite a bit. So to make it into your 70s, being a heavy drinker like that is quite impressive. And a lot of people don't even know too. He had heart problems, and so he had just had open heart surgery right before he passed away, actually. So yeah, it is very sad that he passed away, but he lived a good life. I mean, he'll be remembered forever. So,
T. Parker, isn't that crazy? 6 years since Carrie passed away, and then her mom passed away a week after that. Debbie Reynolds, like, so sad. So sad.
Yeah. Colin, how did Loomis know Hawkins more when he first rushes into the house? Yeah, see, that's another thing that, we're kind of just meant to accept, I guess. Because if it picks up where the first one left off, you would have to say, oh, well, he, maybe he met him after the crime scene and, went back and then they met back at the Myers house or something. You could say that. But again, it's one of those things that we're never shown. So we're just kind of led to create our own narrative there. Phenomena. Oh, okay.
What is this?
It's Phenomena.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, he's in Dario Argento's Phenomena. Yeah.
What if Home Alone was made into a horror film, Kevin McAllister?
They did that almost in some ways with Better Watch Out.
Hey, Macaulay Culkin, how are you?
2 days after. Oh wow, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, that's what do they call that? That's like broken
She
heart
died of a broken
almost.
heart.
Yeah. Because I mean, you guys know you're never supposed to die before your kid. Like that's I have this really weird dilemma like in my life. I would never want my kid to die before me. I would kill me. But at the same time, I'll also kind of feel guilty that I'm going to die one day and he's going to have to deal with that pain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, but I'd much rather it be that way. So yeah.
Let's see.
Dying.
There was a sorry, I didn't mean to like.
No, you're fine. The morbidity was coming through.
I saw a comment too. Oh, Rudy said the collector and collection, or no, it was somebody before that. Have we seen them? Yes. I really enjoyed the first one and I loved the collection. They scrapped the third one. I was so upset.
Sean, hey, you are always welcome to put your opinions in here, and I greatly appreciate the super chat. Your opinions are valued and they do matter. Mm-hmm. You guys, again, how many times do I have to tell you guys on every show? I have some very controversial opinions myself. So I am here for all of it. Continue to be yourselves, okay?
Watch the collection. It's much better in my opinion.
Yeah, they like abandoned the third one. Like
they started filming it and then pandemic happened, and then right when they were going to get to go film again, they were like, we're going to scrap it. So there's footage out there of a third movie, and there's images.
It'll get picked up eventually again by some studio, I'm sure. But also, did you guys hear about the news? Have you heard the good word? The good word of our Lord and Savior. Obviously, you know about Tobin Bell being back in the new Saw movie.
Yeah.
Shawnee Smith is back as Amanda.
I heard that.
Yeah.
So where is this one supposed to take place again? Is it
the
third movie?
Well, now I'm hearing conflicting things. Okay. I heard initially it was between 2 and 3. Now I'm hearing it's between 1 and 2. I don't know. All I know is it's going to take place between one of those two bridges.
Live. Like this is not going to be like a quick flashback with them. Like they're actually.
Yeah. It looks like it's going to be. Yeah, that's what it's going to be. And somebody that is familiar with the situation, I sent it to Christian the other day. Said like with the script and everything. Said that Linda Blair. That's an interesting topic, Colin.
Interesting.
Hell Night starring Linda Blair. Yeah. But did
you see her on Masked Singer? She was really good.
I didn't.
Oh, she's good. She's good.
It's Sarah. So as I was like trying to explain, I don't know exactly which one it takes place between 1 and 2 or 2 and 3. It's a midquel basically, and the reason they're doing this is because obviously Jigsaw didn't do as well financially or critically at all. I genuinely loathe that movie. I think it is balls. I hate that movie. And then Spiral was a nice attempt at something new, but it just didn't really land with most people. So Lionsgate and Twisted Pictures don't want this franchise to die. So they were like, we need to bring back Tobin Bell.
And I think honestly too, after 3, even though I like movie, I really enjoy and love movies after 3. It wasn't the same when they killed off Jigsaw. Even when they brought him back throughout the series, it just didn't feel the same. I feel like that was at that point where it was like, leave it as a trilogy. You just killed off this character. Let it be. You know what I mean? Like it just.
Yes, but I would say you're right, Justin. But I would posit that they should have just never killed him in the first place.
Well, and that was my other thing. Just don't kill him, because then they put themselves in a situation where it's like, okay, where do we go with this franchise to make it have sense, or let it make sense?
Yeah, it's like if you're gonna kill him, don't do it in the third movie, because now we're going on the. I mean, technically, what Spiral is the 9th movie, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we're going on the 10th freaking movie. The 10th movie, and he's been dead for 7 of them.
Oh, That's crazy to think. Johnny Smith, though, I love that. And also, I know some people love Jill, some people didn't, but I am a huge Betsy Russell fan. So
I like looking at Betsy Russell. I do.
But you could bring her back. I mean, if this is going to be a thing between 2 and 3 or whatnot, you can easily bring her back.
From what I've heard, there will be no Jill or Costas Mandylor, who played Hoffman.
Oh, he drove me nuts. I did not like that character.
I didn't like him at the beginning, but by the time I got to Saw 6, I liked him. Like I liked him because he went more into like a slasher element, you know. Prodigy, I buy my posters just like literally off like Amazon. Yeah,
or conventions when I go.
Yeah. I don't. But what is it? Postershop.com, movie poster, something like that. Yeah, I've been on that website. Yeah. But oh my God, Jaden, don't get me started on Donnie Wahlberg.
I would love it.
Let me tell you guys about a teenage Nick. I will tell you a story about how I went and saw Saw 2 in theaters, and I loved Donnie Wahlberg in the movie. I loved him. Then I went and saw Saw 3 in theaters, and I was so happy to see him break his foot and get out of there. And I was like, oh my God, Donnie lived. And then we don't see anything from him the whole movie. I'm like, what the hell happened to Donnie? So fast forward to next year, I go to see Saw 4 with an ex-girlfriend. And we made out most of the time, honestly, guys, if I'm being honest. But I remembered seeing him hanging from those chains, standing on the ice block. And I went, oh my God. He's alive. And when he died at the end of that movie, I was pissed.
I was too. I still get mad when I watch it. I'm like, you have a great character and you do this to him. Like, what?
But Justin, I will say it made total sense for the story because the whole idea for Rig was to have patience, and he just couldn't be patient. But it pissed me off so bad.
I don't know. Sometimes I forget he's even in 4 because I'm just like, oh.
Yeah. Austin, I've seen a lot of people talk about that. I wouldn't want to see her be Ghostface.
I would not want that either.
And Nev has already said that too. She's like, I would never let them make me Ghostface.
No. Wow. Oh, sweet Jaden.
But I mean, it would be. Can she get me Mark's number?
Unpopular opinion. I might like Donnie Wahlberg attractive wise over Mark.
Yeah, but Mark could beat just about anybody's ass on this planet.
I mean, true, but Donnie's freaking hot and precious. So
I love Christmas with the Cranks.
I love Christmas with the Cranks. I absolutely love it.
Don't come in here with that nonsense because you know I like it. I know who you are, Tommy. I know who you are.
Speaking of Golden Globes, Jamie Lee Curtis got nominated for Best Supporting Actress for Everywhere, Everything, All at Once. Congratulations.
I saw that. And I know that they're pushing really hard for an Oscar campaign, too. And I have not seen that movie still.
I haven't seen it yet either. I need to watch it.
Well, Jaden, I could see that. Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, I could see that. But,
she actually used to be... I could see it too.
I like Tom Hanks. Not Tom Hanks. Jesus Christ. Where am I at? I like Tim Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis in that movie. I think that they bounce off each other really well. Yeah. I like it.
Would you like to see a Wolf Creek 3? I didn't really care for the second Wolf Creek, so I don't know. I love the first one.
Christmas with the Cranks is fun. It's got some corny kind of cringy moments. But it's one, it's one I have to watch every year. Like maybe part of that is just Jamie Lee Curtis for me. I don't know. Like maybe I just love Jamie Lee. I also love Tim Allen, so like maybe that's part of it. But like I don't know. It's just one that I watch every year, and I have a good time. The only thing I don't like about Christmas with the Cranks that I feel like is very cringy is the whole Marty guy. Like, is he Santa? His car like flies away at the end. I'm like, okay, what the fuck is this? Like you cannot tell me that the Tim Allen giving the cruise tickets and plane tickets to Bev and his neighbor is not one of the most heartwarming things in a Christmas movie you've ever seen.
So heartwarming. Never say Hickory Smoke Hand ever again.
Yes. Deck the Halls. See, that one's Tommy, I want to say we watched that together for the first time at your house years and years ago.
I like it.
It's pretty cringy.
Cringy. I like it.
I watch it still. You know.
Her best film is Beverly Hills Chihuahua.
What are the plans for Christmas? Justin, what are your plans for Christmas?
I'm going to be here spending a time with my dad. So that's our Christmas plans. I watch Black Christmas, Christmas Eve night. I turn off all the lights except for the one main tree, and I watch that. And then Christmas Day, ending the night with Christmas Story. And then I'll watch the sequel this year too.
My family's coming into town, so my sister, my brothers, my mom will be all staying in my house on Christmas Eve. Brooke's gonna come over Christmas Eve. We're gonna, have Christmas dinner, put my kid to bed. We're gonna set up some of his gifts because we're getting him a couple big ones. We're getting him a mini trampoline because he loves to jump, and we're gonna set that up and everything. Watch the movies like we normally do, and then she'll go home and she'll come back Christmas morning when he gets up. There was something else I was going to address that I saw in the chat. And then John, as far as your question goes about a Nightmare on Elm Street Legacy sequel, I have to update you guys on that. I wanted to do some legwork on that, so I reached out to Brad at Bloody Disgusting. I've talked about Brad many times. Brad told me that he had heard some things, but he was like, I'll take this info. I'll follow it up. I'll follow up with you after I run it by some people. And I said, okay. And he came back to me like 2 days later and he said, no, it's not true. And I was like, elaborate. And he was like, okay, so here's where Nightmare on Elm Street stands, guys. And this is news to Justin too, because I haven't told Justin this. This is what Brad told me. Warner Brothers and New Line want to get rid of pretty much every horror property they have. They don't want to do horror aside from the Conjuring universe. I know. So
I have my things with Warner Brothers right now.
Oh, yeah, believe me too. But so they're trying to sell it all off. They want to sell off A Nightmare on Elm Street to somebody else. The reason that it's held up and getting sold off is because the Craven estate owns the rights, but only in the States. And so the international rights are an entirely different issue. So Warner Brothers is struggling finding a buyer because they can technically only sell off the U.S. distribution rights, not the international rights. So Warner Brothers is right now, they are either, we need to find somebody to buy it out from under us and wash our hands of it, or we need to find somebody to come in here and collaborate with us so our name will still be attached to it, but we don't have to do jack shit with it. And they can really just do it. So a partner, basically. But as far as the Legacy sequel goes, Brad did tell me there are no deals in place, but that is what they want. They want Heather and they want Robert. That is, that is what they want. They want Heather and Robert. So, but there is nothing set in stone right now. I should let you guys know that. But I agree, JC, sell these rights.
Give them to somebody who wants them. I just want to talk real quick. I know this is non-horror.
Well, hold on. Dangertainment just asked me really quick. That Fireplace's YouTube video got a link. Yeah, so I don't have the specific link, but it is on a channel called Phobos Planet, Phobos Planet, and it's Cozy Fireplace. Hold on. Was that it? Was that it? Hold on. This might not be the one that I just had. Let me make sure because I want to get you the right one because I use the same one every time because I love the look of it too. Yeah, Phobos Planet, Phobos Planet. That's the channel name. You'll see it. It's like a 10-hour long video of just this. But go ahead, Justin.
Oh, I was just going to say, speaking of Warner Brothers, I know this is not everybody's a DC EU fan, but I had so much hopes. I still have a little hope, but I had a lot of hope when I heard James Gunn and the other, they were going to run the DCU when it came to Warner Brothers. But now Wonder Woman 3 is canceled. Jason Momoa is saying that he's done with Aquaman after the second one.
Wonder Woman 3.
Everybody cares about the movies, but like I'm a huge DC fan and I loved a lot of these movies. And I'm just so like, you were here to fix it. And now you're just like, oh, we're done with these characters. We're going to do something else.
Wonder Woman 3 is not canceled. I have to let you know that the current iteration that they had for Wonder Woman 3 is no longer moving forward. But that was because they didn't like Patty Jenkins story idea she had. They did not want to go in the direction that she wanted to go in, so they dropped her entirely. But there's been no decision made on Gal Gadot yet.
Oh, let's hope she comes back. I have to I know I'm probably one of the rare people here that love DC, love the new ones. But you know, Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman's just one of my favorite characters growing up. Like she was one of my heroes growing up. And so, and I love Gal as Wonder Woman. And I'm just like, don't push these characters aside because of decisions that happened in the past with Warner Brothers.
I mean, I hear you, and Rudy, to your comment, I would expect the director to say that. I wouldn't expect her to come out and, you know, say that, you know, Gunn and Safran didn't like her pitch and that they let her go. I'm sure that it was not an amicable split. So like, James Gunn did take to Twitter. He replied to somebody or whatever. It was something I saw last week where like no decision has been made right now on the future of Gal as Wonder Woman or Henry Cavill as Superman either. That's all rumors.
Yeah, and with Henry, like I think Gal's gonna stay. Like you said, I think I take back a little bit what I said. I think she's going to definitely move forward as Wonder Woman. Again, like you said, they just won't continue on with Patty, even though I think that's really sad because I really think as a director and a lead actress who have been together for 2 movies, you should wrap up their trilogy together.
Yeah, but I haven't seen 1984, but I heard a lot of fans thought it was bad.
I loved it. I loved it. Not as strong as the first one, but I loved 84. Real quick, Man of Steel 2. Henry's up in the air, but I think Henry's going to stay. I think that's the one thing I saw James Gunn say is he wants to bring Superman back. He
said Superman is the most important thing for them.
Exactly. So Henry's coming back. I think their biggest problem, honestly, and I am open for new characters to come into any franchise, but like, what was the one that Dwayne Johnson just did?
Black Adam.
Black Adam. I love Dwayne Johnson. The character, though, not everybody knows Black Adam. I could say the same thing about Marvel, but like when you're trying, I think Warner Brothers are still trying to get their feet in the ground because they keep going different places. And so they're wanting to introduce Blue Beetle in the future. And I'm like, no one knows who Blue Beetle is. Like, this is why your movies don't do as well, is because you're trying to introduce these characters when you still don't. You still have not put your feet on the ground.
Well, let me just say, Tommy, I did not see.
I want to see Black Adam. I'm excited to see it. So
I did not see Bloody Christmas, but a lot of my friends did, and you know, everybody said it was okay. So I definitely am going to probably get around to watching that. But I have to say, while we're on this topic, and Colin, they're actually talking about doing a Lobo movie. That was one thing that they had said, that the trades were saying they're going to do a Lobo movie, and they're looking at actually Jason Momoa to be the lead. But here's my stance on this, Justin. And I will admit, I haven't seen all the movies like you. I haven't really been engaged in that universe. What happened to DC is purely and simply because of Zack Snyder. And I'm not saying that it was a bad thing. I'm not saying his movies were good or bad. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is Zack Snyder had a very specific route that he wanted to take the DCEU. And his route was a lot more gritty and darker and not as like, it was not as flashy, fun superhero movie as like the Marvel movies are. And because of that, it wasn't as easily accessible. Hey, see you, David. It wasn't as easily accessible to casual moviegoers because it's not like you don't take the kids to see Batman vs. Superman most of the time, because Batman vs. Superman is a pretty dark and gritty movie. Whereas Marvel has perfected the art of these movies that appear to be family friendly, but adults can also enjoy them too. And I honestly think the brand got tarnished when everything happened with the Snyder Cut, the fan base got rabid online. I mean, I read all the reports that came out about how Warner Brothers was harassed, how people that, I mean, it was bad. Like, it was really bad. There was toxicity all throughout the DCEU, and it soured some people on the DCEU. So now Warner Brothers is trying to rebuild DC because they want it to be on the level, or if not more popular than Marvel. But there's a sour taste in a lot of people's mouth. Now, again, I haven't seen all these movies. I don't have an opinion on Zack Snyder's movies because I haven't seen all of them. So, like, I'm not bad-mouthing them. I'm just saying,
I know you're not.
As a bystander that saw what happened on social media, I can tell you, there was a report that came out over the summer, Justin, that the former boss of Warner Brothers or whatever, like, was literally threatened by Zack Snyder if they didn't put out his Justice League, basically like mob boss style. Like, oh, it'd be a shame if you didn't put that out. It'd be a shame if I had to sick my fans on you. And it's like, that's really toxic behavior.
I mean, and if he did that, that's no way to go. But I'm also going to defend Zack Snyder because they screwed him over originally in 2016. They screwed him over with Justice League. And you know, yes, there was that tragic thing that happened with his daughter. It's very heartbreaking. But he has come out and said, Warner Brothers put these statements out here that I left the movie. That is complete false. I wanted to finish this movie. I felt like this would be a coping thing for me to finish this film. And they were like, yeah, you know, we're getting rid of you. We're gonna come up with something and say that he stepped away. I'm like, and then they brought Josh Whedon in, and yeah. I
never saw either cut of Justice League, but everybody says that the Snyder cut is obviously better.
It's fantastic.
But I will tell you, Justin, like, just based off of my experience, again, guys, if you're a Snyder fan and you're a fan of those movies or the DCEU, that's totally fine. I don't have an opinion either way. I really don't, because I haven't seen them. But I will tell you that the relationship between Warner Brothers and Zack Snyder soured, and because
it's soured.
And because of that, Zack Snyder, a lot of the fan base lashed out on Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers lashed out on Zack Snyder. Everybody was cannibalizing each other. And it got to a point where it wasn't about the movies anymore. It was about everything else. And DC, I feel like, is right to take a step back and go, maybe some of these actors can stay. You know, Gal can stay and Henry Cavill can stay, but we have to build something new.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I keep interrupting you.
No, you're fine.
But I was gonna say I agree with you. But what I don't want them to do is go, well, we're gonna get rid of everything. Like, I don't want them to get rid of, like, keep what is good, fix the bad.
You know what I would say to that, Justin? This is what Warner Brothers should be focused on right now: Joker 2, the Batman trilogy. Bring back Henry Cavill as Superman because everybody likes him as Superman. So need to, keep Gal. But I agree, new writer and director, because a lot of the fans, Justin liked 1984, but I know a lot of people didn't. So maybe bring a new voice in there to kind of reinvigorate Wonder Woman, and don't make sequels to those previous movies. They happened, but like, let's build toward a new Justice League. Let's build toward a new DCEU. But you should be focused on what's working right now. What is working for them right now is Robert Pattinson as Batman and Joaquin Phoenix as Joker.
I agree with that.
You focus on that. And I think that's what DC's trying to do, is go, okay, these two movies they made a lot of money. They're very promising, but we don't want to abandon the shared universe as a whole. So they're trying to think, how do we have the best of both worlds? Yes. It can be done, but you need to make some savvy decisions here. And I think some of those decisions would be, honestly, personally, I don't think you need another standalone Aquaman movie after this one. I don't. I really don't. I think after this Aquaman, that doesn't mean that you need to get rid of Jason Momoa. No. but maybe he's only in team up movies after this
That's
Aquaman
what I was
movie.
hearing. That's what I was hearing. I mean,
yeah.
And I've heard Aquaman 2 from the rumblings that it's not as strong as the first one. I think the first one's fantastic. I love the first one.
I never saw it.
Oh, it's so good. I love it. But I was gonna say this was Zack Snyder. A couple things, and then we'll get away from DC. But one, he's got a perfect, in my opinion, trilogy that he has, which is Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and Justice League. So we can leave it there. But also, you're talking about how these movies, just Zack Snyder came in with like the dark tone and everything, and they weren't family friendly, which I can understand in some ways, but I'm like, but we had Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy, and that was DC, and you had parents bring kids to that stuff, and it was just like, so you can't.
But I will tell you, I think the difference there is, for a movie like The Dark Knight or The Dark Knight Rises, although they are a more serious, grounded tone, I think that those movies still remained hopeful at the end of the day. The way those movies ended, the way that Batman was the hero, the way that he was the symbol of that city of hope and whatnot. Whereas I did watch Batman v Superman, and that movie is very dour most of the time. There's no real true hero. You at the very end, you get them teaming up, and then Gal shows up, and like it's a fight and whatnot. But most of that movie is like Bruce is in a bad place, and Bruce and Superman hate each other, and it's just like, I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm simply just saying that it's harder to get little kids to go to that. Whereas you look at a movie like, I don't know, look at Doctor Strange or something, or Spider-Man, for Christ's sake. It looks fun. Like, it looks like, oh my God, this is like.
Yeah. But you know what? I love I'm one that's always like, I love my Marvel movies because they're a blast. I love my DC movies because I just love my DC stuff. So,
well, my favorite superhero characters are Spider-Man and Batman. So one from Marvel and one from DC. And I was very, very, very happy to get the Batman this year, because I felt like that movie was a freaking movie. Like, that movie was fantastic. I think that movie's phenomenal. I love that movie. And I'm so excited that they have confirmed the sequels and a trilogy and everything, because that movie deserves it. I love that movie. But Spider-Man right now, I'm kind of like, I don't know, man. I never saw.
They need to leave it be.
Well, I never saw Into the Spider-Verse. But
I never saw that one. I need to watch that.
Everybody says it's good. The new trailer came out today. Everybody's excited about the new one. I like Spider-Man No Way Home a lot. But most of that was because of Toby and Andrew, honestly. Like, if I'm being totally honest, so it's just kind of like, I haven't been a big fan of MCU Spider-Man. I don't know about you, but I just haven't been.
I love I think they've grown as movies. Now, Homecoming, I didn't love it like a lot of people did. But I love Tom Holland as Spider-Man. I think he's a better Peter Parker in some ways. But you know what I wanted to see? And I'm glad they fixed it with this last Spider-Man movie, is I wanted to see a conclusion to I'm drawing a blank. Your favorite Spider-Man. I'm so sorry.
Andrew
Garfield. I wanted to see that trilogy wrap, and I feel like bringing him into this last one was a good idea to do that. So
it was a phenomenal idea, but I will say that, if anything, it made people want him more. So many people forgot how good he was, or simply just never really got around to those movies, or never really cared. And when No Way Home came out, almost everyone was like, oh my God, Andrew Garfield was so good. He was so good. Like, and I was like, yes, I've been telling you all this for a decade. He was phenomenal in the role.
Unpopular opinion, I think Spider-Man 2 is awesome.
With The Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I like it better than The Amazing Spider-Man. I love that movie.
I do too.
But my thing with Andrew was, I still think he shouldn't be done in the role. And Sony has been begging him to be their Spider-Man for their Sony Spider-Man universe. They've been begging him to do it. Like, the reports came out over the summer. They wanted him to show up in Morbius. He said no. They wanted him to show up in Madam
Get
Web.
real quick.
You're good. They wanted him to show up in Madam Web. Hey, what's up, Jess Graham? How you doing, buddy?
Hey.
They wanted him to show up in Madam Web. He said no. They wanted him to be their Spider-Man for their like Venom movies as well, and he said no. And it was simply because he still feels like Sony did him wrong, and he's not. He's not wrong. They did him wrong, and it just sucks because you get him in No Way Home, and he's talking about where he's been at in his life, and he's talking about how he stopped pulling his punches and he got angry and all this stuff, and like he's talking about how he wants to fight an alien, and like everyone's like, oh my god, he's going to fight Venom. Like we're going to get him in the Sony Spider-Man universe. They're setting it up, and I hate it and I love it. I love that Andrew had the morals to stand his ground and say no, Sony. But I hate it too because they clearly set that up, and then but Andrew has too much dignity to go back to Sony.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I think they screwed him over. I love the Venom movies. Speaking of those, I can't wait for Venom 3.
I think both of those movies are super fun. I don't care what anybody says. They're
I love
a blast.
them. I love them, and I like 2 even more than the first one.
So. Yeah, I think I like 2 as well. I was surprised 2 is only like an hour and a half long too. It's pretty
if
short.
I had one complaint, that would be it. Like I wish it was longer.
Yeah, and honestly, Jaden, we've gone over an hour and a half, so we're gonna wrap it up, guys. But Jaden, that's a good comment to address right before we wrap it up. I will say I would much rather get a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 4 and an Andrew Garfield Amazing Spider-Man 3 over any Marvel Spider-Man movie.
I agree. I think we need them. I would love to see with Amazing Spider-Man a third one with Andrew Garfield standalone movie. I would almost want them to somehow go back and reverse what happened with Gwen Stacy and have them be together because their chemistry was really good.
Justin, did you ever hear about the script for the Amazing Spider-Man 3?
No, what was it?
She was going to come back. Since he's a scientist, his dad was a scientist and he's very smart. He was going to find a way, a formula or something to literally bring people back from the dead. And he was going to bring her back.
Oh my gosh. I cried at the end of Amazing Spider-Man 2 when she died.
I still do.
It's so sad. And then with Toby, I want to see Toby come back and I want to see Kristen Dunst come back. Like I want to see them together again. Especially love the first 2 movies. I really enjoy 3, but I love those first 2 movies. But I love their chemistry and their relationship on screen.
Yeah. Mr. Deadlights.
I want to see Venom 3. I want to see because rumors were with at least with 2, but I think they scrapped it. Was that you were going to find out that that Venom 3 Tom Hardy's not Tom Hardy.
Tom Holland?
No, not Tom Holland. Oh, he's my man. Actor who plays Venom. Who's the actor?
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy, thank you. That Tom Hardy was either going to be gay or bisexual. Let's bring that into it. That would be great. So.
Yeah, I mean, my thing with
sorry, I'm not trying to bring up LGBTQ plus things, but I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry, but I would love to see that. You don't have to be sorry. No, I mean, Justin, come on now. I know.
Come on now. You know me, okay?
I know you.
I mean, my thing was they were going to bring Tom Holland into the Venom universe, and Marvel said no. Sony wanted to bring him in, and honestly, Jaden, you're absolutely right. I'll just say that before we wrap this up. The Spider-Man that fits perfect in the Venom universe is Andrew Garfield, 100%, because he's a smart ass. His movies had a very similar tone to the tone of the Venom movies. He fits perfect in that universe. I don't think Tom Holland does. I do not think he fits in that universe. And Toby, obviously, he's older now. If you're going to bring Toby back, let him have a standalone movie. But
I agree with that. The
best one would be absolutely positively Andrew in that universe. And that's why they had been pursuing Andrew. They wanted him to do it. And he's just no. Which sucks because he led fans on a little bit. If I can be honest, he did lead fans on about how he wanted to come back, and he missed the character, he loved the character, and it's if it means that much to him, I'd love to sit down with him and just be go to Sony and be you're going to pay me this much and you need to give me a damn good script and I'll do it. Like, because you bring Andrew back, especially after No Way Home, and you're going to make money.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, secretly, I just want to be Tom Hardy's love interest in Venom 3. So.
Oh, yes. There you go, guys. Well, that's what we're going to leave you on. Make sure to watch Venom 3 so you can see Justin as Tom Hardy's love interest. Leave a like on this if you have not already.
Like it.
And we will see you Thursday on Christian's channel for the Black Christmas 2019 shit show.
It's going to be fun.
Bye.
Bye.